Eric Muad with Muad.com. We're taking a look at a 5-minute chart for VLTC. The stock had a nice run today. VLTC. And the stock had a nice run today, up about 42% for the day. A nice gain. And I had introduced this to subscribers yesterday. I want to show you what I was looking at. But before we do that, I'm recording this video because I'd like to see how this plays out. Number one, we are closed for the day. RSI did conclude the day trading very well above 69.1. As you can see, it's trading at 71.34, above our threshold. Now that we are closed and we closed the day above 69.1, keep in mind I'm using RSI period of 21. The indication is that there is a likelihood, and it's only a likelihood, that it gaps up. Remember, we are looking at the gap up indicator, and the requirement for a stock to gap up is that it closes the day strong, which is what it did here, and at the conclusion of the day the RSI ends up above 69.1, which is exactly what is going on here. So let's see whether we gap up tomorrow. If I was to make a bet, I would say yes, because that's what they do. Now you can always take the risk that it gaps up, and remember, these things sometimes don't work out, so you have to at least identify your sell point. Here sell point would be anywhere from 5% to maximum of 8% from any purchase price you buy the stock, especially if you saw this in the post market, or at least at the end of the day you can take a position before tomorrow's action. Again, the thinking here is that if we take advantage of the Muad gap up indicator, the stock is a candidate because it closed with its RSI above 69.1. Let's go to the daily. I want to show you why I issued that alert for subscribers. Number one, I'd like to be open with you guys and let you guys know that we had tried to time this stock somewhere here, and it failed. And I actually am not sure, but I believe there was another attempt here to buy the stock. And the reason why we were trying to buy the stock at the time was because it had come back here. At this point here, it was looking like it was holding the uniformity line, and I won't go into that in this video, but you can check out my uniformity videos. It looked like at the time the stock was finding support here, and so when I issued the alert for a rebound at the time, it looked like it could do or stage a nice move. We also saw evidence of a double bottom, and this happens to be this period here, which was unsuccessful. So it's important to note that you're not going to get all of them right, and because I don't want to come off as being one of those people who always say, oh, buy my stocks, they always go up. That's nonsense. So here's an indication, or at least a situation where we got it wrong, but I never gave up on the idea. I kept watching it for the next potential buy point. So today was a lucky day. Let's just say it was lucky, but sometimes you want luck to be on your side. Let me show you why I sent that alert yesterday before today's move. And the reason was because stock had come back to this level here. Now you see this breakout. This breakout corresponds with the highs, this line connecting the tops there. And once it broke out, it did have a nice run. So once this breakout took place, you can see it didn't move higher, but I'll show you how that makes a lot of sense. Now if we draw a uniformity line there, we can see a couple of things, that the market has been using that for bounce. It bounced here, which were those lows there. It came close here, not close enough, but close enough for us to say the line was not violated, and then we can see it held support here. So that was my thinking, that it had come back to this support line. Now I want to show you another thinking as to why I thought the stock would move. Is we take a look at the main momentum began when the RSI moved above this level here. So off these lows here, you can see an absolute blast where the stock jumped from under $1 all the way to $21. Now if you got any of this right, you made a lot of money, but chances are you got out soon too, because let's be honest, nobody was expecting the stock that doubled to double again and again and again and again and again in a period of 3 weeks. But let's go back to why I thought the stock would rebound, because it might help somebody at some point to find another idea, because markets tend to repeat themselves. So this perfect entry on hindsight began this nice move, so we can draw a uniformity line like that. And when the market came back here about 3 days ago, I started watching it for the potential of exactly this to take place. This is uniform action below the line, back above it. I was anticipating that, and that's why we went long yesterday, and today we see the market confirming that with uniform activity. Another reason why the stock is having a good move is because it blasted and moved its daily RSI above 50, and once it moved above 50, it recorded a nice day. The last time it moved above 50 was during this period here in April, during this gap up, which was for more than 150%, something in that range. So the move above 50 on the daily RSI also did contribute to the big move. So just like if it cracks back below 50 on a day-to-day basis, it might have a big down day. But again, just to summarize here, there was also another buy point. You see this buy point? It's very important to understand that very simple line. Market broke out here, which was the beginning of this move. And so if we extend the same line, and markets do this all the time, the market blasted above this range, price blasted out, an amazing run from 1 to 21, and it's gone all the way back in about 2 months, 3 months, back to back test this line, held, and now we see the blast. So the back test was successful. So it's interesting how that played out. So there were two lines that keyed me in on the possibility of a bounce. So let me share with you those two lines again. Line number one is this line here, and we see that, I guess we can draw it a little bit lower. We see that there's uniform action below the line, back above it. Second line was the back test line, like that. And this line connected the prior highs here. And now the market is finding support exactly there. So sometimes you can use the back test of that line. This is a perfect example where it worked out perfectly. And let's go back to the 5-minute chart. The Moade gap up indicator here, indicating that because the stock closed above 69.1 on its 5-minute chart. Again, we are using a period of 21 minute RSI setting. If that is the case, we have to assume, based on the Moade gap up indicator, that the stock is going to gap up. So if you are watching this in the future, this is at the conclusion of June 3rd, 2015. So you can check the charts, back test the charts to see whether this did predict a spike in the stock. Otherwise, if it doesn't work, you can get out for, or at least the theory is you can get stopped out at 5%, 8% maximum loss. So again, if you're watching this in the future, just check and see what happened. Eric Moades, why? Because you could learn something. That's why. Anyway, being serious now, let's see whether it makes somebody money. Eric Moade, Moade.com, as always, good luck, peace, and blessings. Blessings, 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 blessings. Yeah. Así es. And so it is. Mwah.